Welcome to another race preview. We've got Power of Will on Friday, March 6th, race 5, 2:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1:40 p.m. in the best time zone in the world, Central Standard Time, where Brian and I both live. Brian, how are we feeling about Power of Will's
I think you were solid in this race. I don't
eighth race?
That's honestly speaking, not super confident that I'll say we come out and win this one, but I do see a world where we win or at least get on the board here. I mean, not too stiff competition. We have the 8 who's gonna be the morning line favorite at 4 to 5, kinda just dropping in class. His last race, not too great, but, his first race out at Saratoga, he ran really well. But let's hope that he just goes back to form a little farther than last race and doesn't keep improving. But he's definitely gonna be fun to watch. And then also the 11 that we saw last time out down in Tampa, and Power Will got 4th in a pretty tight finish 1 through 4. Or maybe it might have even been 1 through 5. We might have snuck out a position there.
Yeah,
But
let's do a want to do a little quick film study on that.
yeah, but overall,
So
definitely confident. Think we're live.
I think we're live too. Like the big favorites, the Chad Brown horse, the 8. His speed figures 81, 77. I mean, they're better than Power of Will's, like 75, 69, 67. But like I think a big thing here is pace makes the race. I think the 8 horse really likes to come from the back. You kind of can see it in his running lines here. This is very bad zoomed in. His running lines here, you see, kind of comes eighth, sixth, second, comes from the back, running a little bit longer. Definitely a good angle, second off a layoff for him. Going down in class, I mean, yeah, it's still main special weight, but in main special weight, Saratoga and Gulfstream is usually tougher fields than main special weights at Tampa. You're on it for less money. The horses aren't as talented, but beatable, especially given the fact that it's a come from behind horse. Race doesn't have a ton of pace. Like you said, outside of that, I think the 11 horse who has raced twice since we last faced him and is obviously in good form. You kind of can see here second, third, fourth, second, fourth, second. Sounds like
And
a
even his speed
GPA.
figures his speed figures have been improving, which is if you own the horse, a great sign. If you're trying to run against him, not
Yeah, I
not
mean
what
he's
you see.
he's picking up checks too. I mean, like he's hitting the board consistently, so it's a fun horse to own. I think that is another horse that is very logical. I think the 5 horse is logical here. American Direction hasn't run on the turf in a while. Denoted with the green here, but like has run decently in the past. Like could be logical. The 1 horse is definitely interesting out of like perennial, now as a superpower stallion in terms of not this time. First time starting on the grass, been working out on it. Only starts over the synthetic. Not this time is a very good turf stallion. Mark Cassie's a very good trainer. Sonny Leone from Rich Strike fame. He was a Jack N Rich Strike. He scares me. He's a price that could beat us. And the 3 horse is another price I think could beat us too. Getting back to the turf, hasn't been there in a while. Second off a layoff as well. So he's a logical one as well. But really, I think it's 8 and 11. You kind of can see here is like don't know if it's projected speed ratings or like power index or something like that. But with the 8, 11, and 5 are really the toughest ones here. We do have the data point that we did face the 11 in the past. So let's watch some film. So the 11 horse in this race, Pacific Standard, was the 4 horse in Powerball's last race. And we were the 6 horse. So you kind of can see here, go full screen, breaking from the gate. We're in 6. He's the 4. We break well. He kind of causes some chaos.
Ooh, actually go back to that start. The 4
So you see,
uh,
Power Will actually takes the lead here, but the 4 horse ends up inheriting the lead through the turn. So you see the jockey scent. You can kind of see his arms are moving where our jockey's hands are quiet. So we saved all the ground. We actually got a pretty solid trip in my opinion. The 4 horse sent, like just totally sent. Ended up in the lead, knocking heads with this. 9 horse, we never got far. You kind of can see jockeys starting to ask here a bit. The 8 horse ends up being the winner. Probably discourages Powerful a bit. The fact that he's, you know, just his turn of foot was a little better than ours. The tiring horse, we kind of leaned into that horse. We'll watch the head on in a second here. Um, Kind of have to like check there almost. You kind of see he figures it out here, and then the gap came up here, and he kind of got confused, looks like, and then re-engaged. So the 4 horse ended up beating us very narrowly. I think we both didn't get like perfect trips with the 4 having to rush up, us having to check. Let's go see this head on of the stretch duel last time for his last race. So we are right here. You see my cursor, Brian?
Yeah.
So we're in the like Ronald McDonald red and yellow. You see, we kind of lean on the horse that's tiring. You kind of can watch the horse's leads. There's usually a good indication if they're confident or not. So I do think like one thing to note here is, okay, yes, we saved the ground and we're on the inside. Great. But like really you're only saving grounds around the turn. So like we actually were three wide on the turn itself. So we didn't really save ground on the turn, and then we ducked back in. So we kind of lost a good bit of ground there. Not too much. But I think what's more telling right here in terms of, okay, why did it look like Power of Will stalled? Look at the distance between these horses. Power of Will wearing blinkers and horses being herd animals. He disengaged from the group. I think that's why he kind of got unsure of himself. He's never won a race. He's used to running with horses around him. So I think he got a little bit like almost like confused there. And that's probably what caused him to stall around that time. So watch that again. It's tough to see like how far they are, but in terms of like where they're at in space, but you kind of can see he's like going in and out, not quite sure of himself. And then it was the finish. So overall, like we were neck and neck with him right there. I mean, you kind of can see it right there. And there's the 4 horse. There's us beating the neck, basically less than a neck, a head probably. So I mean, we're right there with the horse that what's his odds? He's
5-1.
5 to 1. We're 8 to 1. Like I think we're right there. I talked to Lindick Esther, the trainer. I think the plan is to send. I think if we can get to the lead and stay on the lead and kind of sit the trip that Mr. Pacific Standard sat last time, I think it will be a bit tougher to beat us this time around. So really my hope is we get on the lead, we bang heads with the 11 for a little while. I think the 5 will be up there as well. And then we kind of see if the 8 can come back at us. I think the 8 will come back at us, but hopefully we leave them with too much to do. What do you think, Bri?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's see what Nikki said. Nick DiMartino said not much early speed in this race. Should be us and the 5 out in front. Sounds familiar. The 5 hasn't shown as much speed in his turf starts, but has shown some in the last dirt start, which was a sprint. I think we will be able to put him away, and hopefully Powerful can hold off the challengers coming at him late. So I think that's accurate. I think Powerball is going to be a fair price. I think anything above 6 to 1, 7 to 1, I'd put a nice little win bet on them. I do think the 8 is going to be tough to beat here, just based off pure speed figures. But I think Power of Will, second off a layoff, has a very legit chance here to make some noise. Any last parting words, Brian, or bets you're sending in?
Um, no, I'll probably just stick with the exacta box of the favorite, us and the 11. There should be probably good value in there. Might even get a little funky, throw a trifecta in. But
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta
if I'm
see
like if I'm adding a third horse to the exacta box, I would do us, the 8, and I'd probably go the 1 just based off pure stallion power of not this time.
Yeah.
So
And you gotta see where the 8 comes in. If he's starting off at 4 to 5, there's a good chance you'll get, I don't know, 2 to 5 or something.
yeah, I
It's
think he'll
and
be a
then
big
at that
favorite.
point, you're losing money if you box anything.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at the probables on your little app that you bet on. You look at probables, and you can see the potential payouts with the 8, and you could adjust based upon that. So, I definitely recommend that. But you could do, like, 8 in first and then, like, us underneath with another horse you like, or 8 on top with us in second, other horses underneath. It's called, like, an exacta wheel. So it's kind of a way to make it cost a little bit less money, so that way if it is a chalky result, you're still getting paid. Alright? Good luck, everybody. We got Powerball at 240, and then we've got Una Roca at 7:30. So be sure to watch the video for Una Roca.